issued by the governments of the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia.
And that's the security analyst, Ryan Cummings there. Now, Mwansa Mundea lives in Sandton, the area the U.S. Embassy was warning about in South Africa. How did he react to the alert?
I found out about the threat level around 6 o'clock in the evening yesterday because someone in my grade had posted it on our group chat, and they were raising awareness around the potential terrorist threats in Sandton. And general feeling was, is this misinformation? Can I trust this? And then once it was confirmed by reliable sources, you start to realize, oh, I need to be safe now. I need to be conscious about staying away from this threat.
So what made you question it at first?
Well, there's a lot of misinformation spread on the internet, on social media platforms. So really seeing that there's a terrorist attack on the loose and there's a potential terrorist attack isn't something that you hear in day-to-day news, especially here in South Africa. And when it's in Sandton, a place I'm so close to, you really suspect if it's true or not. And then once it's actually been confirmed, you start to realize this is something I need to be aware of.
So was it widely discussed in South Africa? Because the threat level was issued a day or two ago via the U.S. Embassy in South Africa.
Once the news broke, it was very widely reported. Of course, some of my friends sent it to me and then their parents also sent it to me. As the story developed, we got more information and it just became more widespread.
The South African government, from its response, it seemed that they were saying that that was what the U.S. government was telling its citizens. But the South African government, did it specifically communicate with people in South Africa and especially people around Sandton to say you should take this warning seriously? Or did they just say it was something that the U.S. was telling its citizens?
Oh, no, the South African government did a good job of communicating that this is something its citizens should be aware of. And I think they did well to notify the people that they should stay aware of the threat and monitor threats to our citizens and our nation especially.
How did they do that? Did they come out on television? Or did the Minister of Security address people and say this? Or how did you find out what the South African government was doing?
I found out through a News 24 update that the national SAPS spokesperson came out with a statement with regards to relevant sources that this is something that we should be aware of.
So tell me, what steps then did you take? Are you taking it seriously? And what steps would you take to heed the warning?
Yes, I think it's just a case of staying at home. Of course, we were warned not to go out and be in large gatherings from the 29th to the 30th, which is this weekend. But that takes me away from spending time with my friends at the mall, whatever we would plan to do this weekend. It's more so a case of staying at home, staying safe, and making sure that you're not vulnerable to any attacks that could come about.
Now, Sandton, for the benefit of our listeners who might not know it, just describe where you would find large gatherings, large groups of people, and what sort of thing you would be doing in Sandton.
Well, Sandton's one of the richest square miles in Africa, so it's more so the financial districts, it's the large malls, it's places where people gather to eat, to drink, to socialize. That's mostly where the threat would come from.
And what would you have been doing on an ordinary weekend?
Watching football at home, but of course there would be a chance I'd go and watch a movie with my friends or maybe head out to the mall and spend time with them around there. And of course, those are areas where people gather and potentially where people could experience an attack.
Does it scare you, this warning?
It does scare me because it's not something to be taken lightly. It's not common to have a terrorist attack notification, so when you do get one, you figure that it's something you should really take seriously.
Your friends, are they taking it seriously? Do you think that they will also be staying at home?
They will. We did cancel our plans to go out this weekend, so we're taking this as a very serious matter for the sake of our safety.
And that's Mwansa Mundea in Sandton, Johannesburg, South Africa. In a moment, we'll have a roundup of stories making